start to eat into that big brain. A couple of years ago, when he was eating everything at 50 miles an hour, that the thought process was improved so much. It's nice play though for Carl. It's placing it all nicely. What I like about this is it's got a decent balance. We talked about this recently.
Hey, how's it going? What should we do today? Like the heading said, I thought questioning the norm. Something I kind of find quite useful, and useful in a few ways, but something I quite enjoy doing these days. But like what I was going on about before about hats at the table, dinner table. It's rude. You know, in line with that type of thing, right? What else did I have? I had one on Facebook. It's quite a good one, actually. Quite a powerful one. Is the the old vegan thing. You know, how we decide to eat animals, and what animals we eat. You know, it's all from a historical thing, right? And I find it quite fascinating when we question the norm. What's normal, and why do we do it, and should we continue to do it, and what process would be required for me to change something I do. But it's really hard, right? So I've changed lots of things, right? I went through the journey of not eating chocolate and biscuits and ice cream and all those types of things, right? That wasn't fun. I like that stuff, you know. You don't realize how strong it is. So then, as we mentioned, we get to somewhere and we go, well, what's next? So we go to science. That's where I kind of find the best starting point. Let's go to science. I'm going to pause there. What is that? Yeah, so got me a new singlet today. Quite like it. Quite weird, right? I go and get all sorts of stuff, and out of all of it, the singlet's what I like. I don't know. Maybe that's on the list too. How to give up singlets. Don't know. I don't know if I can do that. So anyway, so we go to science. What was I saying? Go to science. What else is on the list of things that we probably don't need, but we like to do, but scientifically is a good idea not to do? And so this is I'm kind of 50-50 on this still. Down to lead certain ways. the whole meat. You know, it's tricky. If we look at evolution, the human, I'm pretty sure the human meat was part of the food groups that got me here. I think. If we look at the other primates and stuff, I don't know heaps and heaps about it, but our digestive system's built for it. You know, it's a food source. I'm pretty confident Africa meat would be the staple. That's maybe because, you know, fruits and vegetables aren't as naturally provided, you know. So you're stuck with what's naturally there. You know, you're not going to do too well in the desert if all you eat is vegetables and fruit. Good luck with that style, survival style. So if we go survival, a good place to start. The odds are high. That's what we did. But we were a little bit more diverse, you know, from some type of mammal, small mammal back in whenever. We eat, we were diverse in what we can eat, from vegetation to insects to smaller crustaceans to maybe smaller birds or other types of smaller animals, right? That makes sense when you can't get the other food groups. Quite an advantageous way to survive, you know. But like, you know, if there's lots of grass and you live on grass, that's not too bad. But if there's no grass, that's a problem. So, yeah, I'm reasonably sure us having diverse energy sources or ways of acquiring energy source through a wider range of food groups, plants, vegetation, animal meat, flesh, liquids, liquid form broken down. I don't see too much in that, but that's the thing. Now, so let's debate. We get rid of one. We're not doing one for any reason, just no reason at all. We determine that through research and through testing, that one of those food groups is not actually necessary at all, which wouldn't be out of the norm. So you have farmed fruit and vegetables. So stick with those two. It's your vegan style, right? Fruit, vegetables, grains, seeds, all that sort of good stuff. So let's stick those on a list. And we say, well, this animal, the human animal, or the this particular animal, we can actually live on that quite comfortably. If that's all that was there, that's the only thing that would be available, we wouldn't even be having this discussion, right? No animals left. We could do the Noah's Ark thing, actually. Do the Noah's Ark thing, get rid of all the animals, and just have the fruit and vegetable trees and stuff that produce that. and a couple of humans left. Those humans probably be fine. Will eat, reproduce, eat the fruit, vegetables, grains, farm it, carry on. We wouldn't know any different, right? That would be the norm. And the odds are high, you'd be just fine. Whatever your life expectancy doesn't seem to dramatically reduce. In fact, it may increase because of whatever side effects you get from the bacteria in the fish that comes from the meat. It could increase or it could decrease. But as long as you live long enough to copy yourself or reproduce, I guess the system won't mind that so much, right? You reproduced, copied yourself, you're no use to us anymore anyway, right? That's the basic condition of survival. You know, species carry on type thing. So you could debate that bit. Pretty think if you don't live to 90 or 100 or more, you'll at least live. I'm pretty confident vegans live just as long, to 70s and 80s and whatever. There's plenty of evidence for that. Not plenty of evidence that they're all dying at 30, 40 or 20. You just had that from a child. There's not too many we practice that on, so there'd be probably some civilizations around the planet that live primarily on that stuff already. So that's a proven thing. So yeah, so let's say we establish that, and we're reasonably, pretty high thing that meat is not required. Damn. So it's like, you know, chocolate is not required. It provides zero nutritional value. It doesn't harden my bones. It doesn't freshen my skin. It doesn't. Zero. It has zero use. It doesn't make my blood thinner, thicker. Right? That's no. Biscuits, a donut. A donut has zero use. And whatever use it did have. If you have a donut and nothing else, okay. But that sugar and salt or sodium, whatever else is in that particular donut or chocolate or biscuit or something, can be got from the other bits, right? So why is it when we use that and the science is there, everything else, why am I still eating meat? I like meat, right? I enjoy the damn stuff. I was quite okay that I chop out, it was hard enough to chop out chocolate, biscuits. I don't know, I keep going on about this, even when I say it. Biscuits, chocolate, ice cream, chocolate ice cream. You know, I haven't had that stuff for 3 years. 3 years. And here I am going to this point about questioning the norm. And everything's leading me to suggesting that meat is not required, and pork and bacon and chicken, beef, pork, meat, the whole lot, the whole A lot of that. Not required to get me, for me to be this, the way I am now. Not required. And now I've got to go through this thing of not eating meat. Not eating meat now. Really? So let's try and stack up. Let's try and stack up some reasons, scientific reasons. That's just nuts. That's not required for me to go. For me to go into greatness, right? And this is another horrible piece when I add these metaphors in. For bigShow the God to go to greatness, questioning the norm is one of those traits, one of those requirements for greatness. So anyway, before there's still percentages here. So we got, so meat has protein in it, and that's something where we question, right? Because we're taught that the protein is required. That's not convincing enough, is it? Because you're taught that you're going to have protein, gives you lots of protein. Okay. Well, there's plenty of civilizations around that are not eating the volume of meat that we're eating. That's a fact. And their muscular disposition is still there. You know, I mean, crikey, I can go to the animal kingdom and find an animal. What's a horse? A horse. When was the last time horse had protein bars or pure protein freaking chicken? A horse doesn't eat chicken all day. When I look at a horse, they look pretty freaking lean, and there's a bit of muscle on those freaking things. What's going on? What's going on with a horse? Yeah. So, come on. You're not teaching me. You're not telling me that the protein is required for me to have bigger muscles, and it needs to be come from the chicken you're eating, or and that pork. That's not true. Explain a horse to me then. Just get a horse. Explain a horse. We've got a donkey. So you got the horse and the donkey. They have the same diet. I think. Yeah. Pretty sure they do. They look pretty different. Well, is that more genetic? Is it genetic difference? The diet difference didn't happen. So that one there, this guy looks like that. This one looks like that. It's like that. That's one I use. I use the cat looks at a lion and is told to eat protein. If the cat eats protein, looks at the lion, wants to be a lion, looks like a lion. Lion is these things. The cat looks at the lion and then teaches it, and then says, the lion says, well, I eat frickin' zebras and frickin' these things. You eat that shit. You look like me. You probably won't. Well, maybe in a million years, your descendants might. There's no guarantee of that, but so eating that for now, or your lifetime, won't do it. You won't look like the lion. And then you go, well, let's do some resistance training and lift these weights and you look like the lion combined. So you do that, and well, the last time I checked, the lion ain't lifting too many weights. You know, he's born, he grows, his mum feeds him stuff, teaches him how to hunt the damn thing, and it eats it. It feeds the DNA, and it grows from the flesh and the meat that it's got put in. You still require that density of stuff to put in. So I guess that's what's happening to the horse. It's the horse versus the donkey. So the horse eats the same diet as the donkey, but he had the disposition already. So maybe we go back further for the horse thread, and whatever the disposition in its DNA would have given you that. Maybe I'm no evolutionist, but just on the raw surface of my limited knowledge, a horse ain't eating meat, right? I know a lion is, so I stick to the lion story. I'm good with the lion, right? Lion eats that, looks like that. And so does a cheetah. A cheetah eats the same as the lion. Cheetah's a bit leaner, but not as bulky, right? Not as solid as a lion, is it? That's why we prefer the lion, right? So then the cheetah, if you look at a cheetah, it lives on meat. It's not doing any weight training or any extra heavy lifting, build up its muscles. So it looks like that. But then a horse can eat the vegetation, and a horse can look a lot similar. Although you can pump stuff into a horse and he will pull up to that. There's a reasonable argument there. All right. So that's kind of probably requires some more research. So we got that. So pretty high that not necessary. That means not necessary at the moment. But we'll ponder on it. So the next piece that seems to take us down this road is the animal cruelty piece. I read a good one today. Animal cruelty. I'm not a good one for that. Not much of an animal guy, right? So my opinion on it's a bit one-sided and emotional, you know. I'm not an animal lover, so I'll put that out there first. So then we go cruelty to animals, and then the difference of animals. So what are we talking here? So if we go the animals that we're eating, the chicken, the pig, the cow, that'll do, right? He's got three animals. Those are the three animals I think I eat most of. Is I'm missing one. Anyway, so we start with those. Your domestic, your farm animals. Some fish. Okay, there's fish. Fish, animals, and that. Then we go cruelty. It's cruel to kill those animals, slaughter them, cut them, eat them. I can agree with that. I don't think that's if we're using a human thing called it's cruel as an actual thing, right? Then okay. The rebuttal to that is that there is no cruelty in the animal kingdom. You know, it's eat or be eaten kind of concept, isn't it? It's just survival. It's just we live. And that's back to questioning the norms, right? Because we're an animal, a species that evolves, and we can sit here and go, well, we've got all the energy we need, we've got all the energy, so we can make other choices, right? So we develop these words like cruelty. You know, we do cruelty to other humans. We do cruelty to other animals. So it's translates, you know. Once we have a cruelty that we're not happy that our children get killed or get eaten, you know, and we protect them from that, and then we have more and more built up resources to protect our children and things, it starts to transfer. I guess we don't want to kill our kids and our kids' kids, so we're starting there. That's and we communicate that in the word of our language is with cruelty. So that's interesting. So we've got cruelty. Let's suggest that that's saying that we're starting to see another learn thing, questioning the norm, but then questioning what we're learning. So we've got cruelty as a thing. And when we go, these animals, and we go, why these animals? You know, so we eat these three, and then we're not eating, why aren't we eating the other ones? The cats and the dogs. I guess a dog, I'd argue, a debate. So if I'm in the desert again, or isolated, you know, it makes reasonable sense not to eat the goat that provides milk and nutrition that we can have. So you have another resource to you. Well, that's beautiful. That's sweet. So I'm not eating you for a short-term, this afternoon bit of meat. When you die and you're old, sweet, let's eat you, and you might not be that tasty, but you know, I'm sure we cook it up, you'll be fine. And then we go, but you've replicated yourself, you've reproduced, then we're good, right? So that makes sense. I think the dog fits that category. I mean, we eat goat, but if the goat has a better purpose, but like the cow, you get dairy cows. So then that makes sense. So a dog can fit that category. He has more use than just his flesh. You know, if a dog didn't provide any other thing, so we can go, well, the dog can go and round up stuff. We can teach it things. It looks out for me. And then we can go to the other pieces of companionship. It's like you get used to it, you attach yourself to it emotionally. So killing it doesn't make sense, right? So there's your difference. If the pig had more use, that he could run around and be a companion, we wouldn't eat the pig either. So why we're not eating the dog? The cat's done well, actually. The cat's done well because it is kind of useless, but it's purely an emotional use to piece. Maybe they don't taste as, I mean, if you got chickens sitting there, you're eating the chicken, the cat's there. The cat's a bit of a pest, to be honest. So you probably get rid of the cat, but whether you wouldn't eat the cat, you're eating the cat, right? We're hungry. We got the choice. You got the dog or the cat. You're eating the cat. If the dog has a use. Now, if the dog doesn't have a use, we're eating the dog and the cat. We'll keep the goat, right? I mean, so we're equally cruel. Our cruelty's not purely because we like the cat or the look of the cat or the cat's cute. If you're hungry, if you're dying of starvation and you look at the cat, you're eating the cat. It just might be that. Do you know how to eat the cat? How do you eat the cat? Well, if you know how to eat the cat, I'm not going to, if I'm just going to lie here and die of starvation while the cat sits there sleeping and he's eating his stuff. Am I eating what a cat eats? Or whatever, the cat's groveling around all day, eating its insects and its things. I mean, I could try and grovel, but if he's doing a better job than me, if he's groveling around, no problem, getting his food, I'm struggling. I can't get the insects and the stuff that whatever he's surviving on, I'm struggling. He can catch a mouse probably better than me. He eats the mouse, right? Before I get a chance to eat the damn thing, he's gone. Okay? So it would make sense to me that instead of trying to trap all the mouses, I'll trap the cat. I get the cat. Although it's only one meal. So I'd probably do the cat and the mouse. So I wouldn't exclude him from my diet. Let's do that. He would not be excluded unless I've found better ways. You know, if I'm rounding up other bits and pieces. You know, if I've got fruit and vegetables and all this sort of stuff, then I can eat that. I can eat the fruit, the vegetables, the stuff. Then the cat lives, probably. You know, it's not like I was taught to eat the cat. It wasn't translated to me. No, I guess if I started eating the cats, my kids would grow up and they'd be eating cats, and then from then on, the cat and the chicken are the same. We're all eating the cats and chickens. What are you having dessert? What are we cat tonight or duck? What, a duck or cat? Oh, let's have some cat. You know, it's just happening like that. You know, it's just, that's the truth. Let's be fair. Let's be honest. We're eating anything. We're eating anything if we need to. You know, and even if it's not even needed, we're doing it. Yeah. So the cruelty thing, I guess, is the piece to throw in there to start creating change, right? So that makes sense. If I stick cruelty, you can try and work through our emotions, get the emotional side to reduce us and create the awareness and create the thinking to now create change. So that's your marketing angle, right? Because it's the marketing angle that got us eating the volumes of the damn things we're eating now, right? We're eating a lot of chickens and meat and cows and pigs every day. I think there's some number. It's a pretty big number. We're eating a lot of them. You know, that means we're cruel every second. It's probably 300 or 400 animals are slaughtered every second, probably. I don't know how much fish and stuff is thinged. And so yeah, that's a lot. But you go, well, I didn't know that number 10 minutes ago, so, and so yeah. So the cruelty angle, I understand. I get it. Not an animal lover, so I don't have the same degree of level of stuff coming up. You know, I don't view a cat like my child. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not big on the child thing either. So that's probably where I'm even worse, right? I'm like, hey, I'm probably closer to the lion than we think, right? Lion ain't fussed about its cubs. You know, in fact, it fights the damn things when they get older. You know, that's more likely what I'll do. That's actually what I have done. So no, I'm probably not. I'm not your advocate. I'm not your poster guy for cruelty to animals, right? I'm not the guy you get to campaign this. But I am still willing to research the whole thing and suggest that I wouldn't have a problem with reducing it or even eliminating it. Actually, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. So actually, I wouldn't be a bit. See, that's interesting, right? Here's something that I'm not fussed either way. But I like my chicken. I really do. So I'm more on the side of let's just eat all of it. I'd actually debate we eat all of it or none of it. Why are we selecting? I'm quite neutral. If you stuck me on one, I prefer to keep eating the animals we're eating now. That's because it's comfortable for me and it's easy. But it would not, through some mental work, I would be fine not eating them at all. No meat over time. It will take me a bit. But based on my evidence and based on my history and based on my thing, I think I could eliminate meat. I don't like saying this because I go, well, prove it. Show me the results. I do this. So I'm not saying I'm there with that yet, but I'm saying my life would be, my life would be fine, right? But would my life be better? Might my life be better without the meat? Ooh. Now here's where you get me, you see. I don't know. Well, that's a problem. Someone can tell me. A vegan will tell me their life's better. I'm not listening to it, am I? I'm sitting there eating my steak and the vegan's telling me how good his life is now. Well, here I am harping on about how good my life is without chocolate and biscuits and thing, and the guy sitting to the right of me is eating his birthday cake and looking at me sideways and going, whatever. Interesting. It might take me questioning the norm. See, isn't it fascinating when we question the norm? This is the process I go through, right? This is the process I go through with this. So if we think through that, there's no reason. I have no way of knowing which is better right now, because I need the meat and the emotion and the social side of not having meat. I need that to take I need to go through the process of that. Then when I go through the process of that, I'll be able to say, here I am now, same, worse, better. Which one will it be? Mm. Mm. Okay, I'll work through that piece. So I've got the cruelty thing. That's neither here or there. Now we've got the benefits, the pros and cons. I don't know. That's what we've just said, actually. Science requires knowing. So I don't know if there's pros or cons. There'll be people saying it's pro. There'll be people saying, but you can't say it's a con when you don't do it. You can't just sit here and say, well, that's not questioning the norm. You're questioning the norm and doing something different. Yeah, exactly. So that'd be a cool one. It'd be a cool one. It'd be a cool journey. Cool journey to go down. So that's that. What else can we question? Where else can I go with that? Food groups, things. No, it's relatively compelling. It's actually right there. It's right there as a pretty good challenge in questioning the norm. It's just another emotional journey, mental, emotional journey. So I'm not sure about the whole vegan style too. So we're talking byproducts, dairy. Okay, I'm not sure that's cruel to animals, so let's leave the cruelty bit out. Then let's go look at byproducts for a human. Milk, goat, like cow milk. It provides an energy source. Probably can be obtained from something else. I mean, I think it can because I'm not drinking a lot of milk, so I'm not sure milk is required. Eggs, I eat eggs. Could we get rid of them? Maybe. Maybe we get rid of eggs. Is it cruel to the animal? I don't know. Guess you are, and it can, The cruelty thing, I'm still not totally on. I'm talking about the food groups. When you got when you're eating the food, eating the animal versus having the byproduct of the animal, an egg. I guess that's one thing, but unfortunately, it comes back to the whole. If you don't have that stuff, where's the benefits? And you don't know until you do it, and do it for a stretch, right? Ouch. Ouch. I know when I talk to a lot of people, because I've got myself into this with this zero concept. Most people I talk to anyway can't do the zero. They've got to have some biscuits, got to have some chocolate, got to have some ice cream, but they don't have a lot, right? I only have a little bit. That's your view on what a little bit is. You don't write it down how much you had, right? You don't measure it. Of course not. It's just you had a little bit. Well, what's that? What's the number? What's the number next to a little bit? Give me a month. How much did you have? Give me a week. Give me a day. How much did you have? A little bit. Well, it's not an answer. So, you know, zeros are an answer. 0 or something else was 1, 2, 3, 10 grams, 20 grams, 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 6 donuts, 4 donuts, 1 donut, and what timeline? 1 donut a week, 1 donut, 1 biscuit, 3 lollies, and a chocolate bar a week. Well, that's a number. You've decided that's just a little bit. You know, I had a little bit of chicken. Well, you killed 1 chicken. You have a little bit. I just ate the chicken's wing. Well, you ate the chicken. The chicken died for you to eat the wing. So I can't have a little bit of meat. I had a little bit of meat. I had 4 beers. No, I've cut back. I've cut back too. You know, I've gone from, you know, 2 packets of biscuits a day. If I went back and now I have 1.5 packets of biscuits a day, you'd be going, well, I only have a little bit. I don't, nothing compared to what I used to do. Oh, I used to drink Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Now I drink Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. You know, much better. Oh, I feel much better. Give me a break. You know, oh no, I cut right back. Well, you know, what's the result? You know, you haven't done anything. You've worked so hard at eating 1 chicken a week. Whoop-de-doo. You know, and that's my problem too, right? I'm not just going to have 1 chicken a week. It's chicken or no chicken. Do I do that? Do I go, which animal am I not going to eat anymore? I guess they do that, right? No pork. Got the pork thing. Don't eat pork. Because that animal's some freaking something on the list. I find that amazing. But that might be a good start, I guess. Get rid of the pork. No pork. See, that's difficult. Right? I love pork. So no pork. Eat as many chickens. Eat as many ducks. Eat all the other groups. But no pork. Well, that's ridiculous. But then, not if you're a pig. Then you only if now I eliminated the pork. Now we eliminate beef. Beef. Don't eat that much beef anyway, so let's get rid of the beef. Done. That could be a system. Not sure. I'm still not sure. I guess I'm still not sure whether I want to commit to that. That's the piece. Maybe I just evolve into that. Because I guess we're getting to the point where that though having those emotional attachments to that helped me release the emotional attachments to the other food groups, the sugar stuff. Go sugar free was at least you still had meat. We could do that. We can always go, well, don't have fruit at all either. I kind of enjoy my fruit. He said, right, no fruit. Gone. I kind of find that easier, not to have an apple anymore. Just crawl down, crawl to apples, crawl to fruit. But then there is a nutritional benefit to fruit. That's proven. Plenty of civilizations around the world ain't eating apples. There she is. The grocery lady's home. And speaking of cruelty to animals, there's probably animals in there. She's done the shopping. She'll unpack the shopping. And then probably annoy me, actually. She'll want to talk stuff. I could bring her on here, actually. She's a little bit shy, my wife. She likes attention, though. She's into the attention piece, right? I don't know if she'd give up meat. She doesn't eat a lot of it anyway. Consciously give it up. Not sure. If I go through the shopping, we could work out what in there can I not eat now. That'd be interesting. Interestingly horrible as well. At the same, you could do it, but it's an uncomfortable feeling while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what other job she'll get me to do. It's Sunday, so we've already cleaned up the house and stuff. What was a subject I could get her to talk about? Maybe get her a seat. That's what I'll try and do. I'll try talking her into coming on. So yeah, I think she'd eat a cat eventually. I'm pretty convinced that if it was me and her, we were left, she'd be all. We all say, oh, and then the chicken. Ooh, she's a bit of chicken, loves it. Bit of burger, bit of meat, loves it. A cat. My daughters are the same. My son, yeah, probably not too much. Probably similar to me. My brother likes his animals, so he would eat it. He'd eat it. He'd be just a bit sad about eating it. He'd be like, oh, the cat. Still eat it though. The girls might get themselves so worked up and so sick. They probably wouldn't. They probably won't. Oh, I love that. I need to go on that Survivor series for a while and see. Survivor Series Family Edition is probably more interesting, wouldn't it? Why do they do that actually? You don't see that. Like, Family Edition of Survivor Series. What's the families going to do? Group together. I guess they build together, do their decisions on that. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of shows doing that. I'd be good at that. You do the wife swap. I'd be good at wife swap. Actually, I wouldn't be, actually. No, the wife swap would be a problem. I don't really, I hate to say this, but I only like certain women, you know? I mean, I'm pretty visual. I'll give myself, I'm like that, right? I'm pretty, the visual thing first. Shallow as that sounds. It's a really good base to start from. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to be some supermodel or something, but you've got to kind of be in the area. Yeah. In the area of a supermodel. Okay. How about out of the area of a I don't want a hillbilly, but what do you call them? You know, I'd like to be more on this side than on the side, on that side. How's that? No. The shit. So you can't be. So wife's fault. My wife would go there. She'll be fine. She's like a bloody. She's like a freaking. She's like a domestic bloody. She's actually like a domestic dog. She's freaking handy ass. She'll be in there doing all sorts of stuff, you know. Annoying, but adapting, doing whatever it takes, you know. We'll go get that. We'll go get that. Go get that. Bring that back. Get that in. Bring that over there. Put that over there. Do that up there. Do that thing. And cry with them and console them and tell them how good they look and all that hairy fairy stuff. Yeah, I know. And they'll all like it. You know. Me, on the other hand, they won't like me, but they will like me after a while. Initially, it will be, what the hell? And then, well, actually depends. You get the like you, don't like you, like you, or they'll go, don't like me, like me. Yeah, that's how it'll go. And that'll be up to each individual and a little bit of me on how much I approach the subject matter of what's to be done. Right. Because you look at those shows, most of them, like, there's something that's out of order, right? So you'll notice this place. This place, we're not minimalists, but we're pretty freaking close. You know, you got, yeah, that's it. There's no, this is how every house in the room is. It's, we kind of have stuff that we use, or it's out. and everything else is kind of like a visual thing, you know. Things have its place. My desk it's a desk, and it has, you know, stuff that I do stuff with and that I use, and then then it's gone. It's here, it's used, it's gone, you know. And we have the outside, and we have the decks, and that's it. And we clean it, you know. So we'd probably end up in a place where it doesn't do that, and they're probably saying how happy they are with their lifestyle of lying on the couch, leaving that there, doing, you know, whatever it is they're doing. So they're probably, you know, we might not be extreme enough, you know, or, you know, we might not be enough on the left side, or we might be close, or I might not be enough on the left side to go in that environment and decide I want to change it, and enough yet enough for the show, you know. It kind of works better if you have I have a strong opinion on how we live. I think it's better, but I don't necessarily go into everybody's house and go, "Hey man, hey, you got to do this is fucked, or this is no good." Or, I do, I do judge the whole time I'm there. Hey, you know, I'm doing that. I'm judging everything that you did. I'm looking at it, going, "What the hell's that?" These two sides I'm doing too. I'm going, why has that been done like that? And what's that doing there? And then I'll go, that's a good idea. Every now and then. Oh, right, that would be good. Hey, so in part of the whole going into environments and thinking them, I enjoy adapting and cherry picking. I come into it. If you're doing something that's better than what I'm doing, if I can break through my mental garbage and defenses of it and skepticism, if you break through that with it, or if I break through my skepticism or my preconceived ideas, and I get to the point where I go, that's going to be better than what we've got now for a multiple of reasons. And that's beautiful, man. That's the best day. It's the best when those types of things happen. A reason why, as long as it's a reasonably good idea, you know. And I do that with most things. Like I really enjoy this chair's great. I had this other chair for ages. And I found this thing. Man, this is awesome. You know, I'm pretty easily pleased, you know. Really good chair. A couple of bits of technology, you know. And so I wait for the next bit. You know, I'm going to do up outside a bit, change it, and, you know, take my time about it. And it'll be awesome. It'll be heaps better. The process and the journey is quite good, right? If you go through the process and the journey, that's actually a piece that makes it better too, right? Not so much of it just happened. If this chair was the chair I've always had, because I had the chair before, I can remember the difference, right? It's weird. How do I give the chair up? It takes a bit. It's going to take a bit to give this chair up. It needs to be a better chair. I want to go to a worse chair. I do that at work. I've got the chair that the chair that was at work ain't good enough. This needs to be this chair, or similar. It's actually I think it's identical to this chair, but it's freaking close. I'm good. Otherwise it ain't happening, you know. I mean, my workstation at work at work is the same as this. I make this. Well, why would one workstation be this and this one not? You make that one better. Right. So that's what I do with the outside. You know, I'm going to go, well, I'm going to design the outside and change it, and then it's pretty freaking good now. But when it's better, it'll be better. It's better. The wife's going on, we're going to do the bathroom and stuff. I'm struggling with the bathroom, right? Yeah. This is just really me, a bit of a practical kind of thing. I shower at the gym. My routine, I get up, I go to the gym, I shower there, I do whatever all day. I then have a run or work out there at the gym or somewhere close to it. I shower there again. Then I come home. And so the shower, I use it on twice a week. My wife uses it every day, twice a day, and my kids. Yeah. So it's not about me, right? But still, that's my point. That makes it trickier. Makes it a little. I'm not saying we're not going to do it. We are going to do it. It's just difficult for me with the spend the money on it when I ain't amongst it enough in my to my. So I have a kind of a relative system where I try to, if I'm using it a lot, then that will justify an amount of money on it. It would make sense to try to go for something that's better when you're using it a lot. If you're using it very minimally, why throw, you know, so if I have a section here, section of that, and I'm honest to God in there once a month, and not just me, everybody uses it once or 5 times a year. For me to spend $500,000 or 300,000 or a number, 100,000, 200, whatever number that's a reasonable number at it, to get that use out of it, I'm struggling. You know, or Christmas Day, you know, the family will come over. Really? We spend 3, 4, X amount of 100,000 on a section for that day. Not in my lifetime. That doesn't make sense. We could hire a mansion and go there for the day, and we'll still have change. You know. So if I got to prove that we're going to be using that a lot, and then the number I make more relative to it, you know, just building it and saying, oh no, I will use it. So, right, I spend the money on it and we will use it, will we? And then we don't, then what? You know, no. But my skepticism is on full alert for that, because I got to hang on myself. Hey, I want it as well, but where on the list is that? You know, and that's questioning. It's not questioning the norm. I guess it is. It's questioning my decisions and aligning my emotions and trying to bring my emotion into some type of order, into a reasonable amount of order, and to know that that's not bringing me joy or making me upset. You know, it's making me upset, so I'm going to spend 100,000 on it to stop making me upset. It's your attitude. It's you being upset. Instead of being upset, you just look at the evidence. We're not in there much. That's just the truth. Use the truth. If you're in there a lot, then spend some money on it. Sweet. I work on this thing every day, all day. It's expensive. I got it every day, all day. Chair, long time using it. Screens and stuff that I do, I look and use them every day. The couch, those chairs over there, small amount of time, most days, every day, probably sitting on those. Someone here. Makes sense. I could spend more on them, or I could spend less on them. That makes sense. Make this environment not bad. Here every day. I'm here in this space every day. Every day, actually, I'm in this space. So that we're good at. Kitchen, wife in there every day. Spend a bit of money on the kitchen. It's got more than whatever's in there. Makes sense. Good stuff. Don't get the, get the stuff that works the best. Bedroom, my wife's in there a lot. She's got all her clothes and all that sort of jargon in there. Spend the money in there. It's sweet. Carpet, I walk on that every day. Good carpet. Good walls and all that sort of stuff. I mean, car, I'm in there every day. I don't like spending money on cars. Can't stand it. So that's a journey. How much do I spend on that freaking thing? So up till recently, right, I'd spend my car would cost me, I think the last car I spent 15 or 18 grand. And that's a struggle for me. I don't like spending 18 grand on a freaking car. Gets me from here to here. Why? But I like nice cars. I like them. I like paying for them. So 18 grand I spend on the car. This freaking thing, I end up spending 27,000. I buy them. I cash buy them. And that's, you talk to someone else. That's not a lot. Okay, all right. Here we go. You can make a number, not a lot or a lot. But I debated. I debated getting a freaking ute, a Ford Ranger truck, $70,000. And I was, yes, no. I use it every day. I use my same logic, right? It's nice. I'm gonna use it every day. What the hell? A ute? I'm not a builder or a freaking. I'm not even a DUI guy. I don't do nothing. And here I am wanting a ute. It's shiny. It's big. Like the bigShow, It would look good. I'd look good driving around in it. 70,000. I'm gonna spend 70,000. Right. 70,000 on a truck. Then I have this much. Other people, you could go, well, I'll do this with it, I'll do that with that. Even that I'd question, right? 70,000, and even if you do all those things, 70,000, I'll still be going, it's fucking dumb, but then you go, right, it comes off your business and it's all this sort of garbage. Even then I'd be going, whatever, but okay. You got the list in there, pays for itself apparently. yeah, if you've got lots of work, it's still money going out. That money would still be, oh, but it goes on tax. Well, something else can go on the tax. You know, it's whatever. I'm not going to debate those angles of where there's smoke and mirrors, in my opinion. You know, in my situation, it's $70,000 or a car, a truck. 70, you know, in a business sense, and it gets built into your business. You're not making a $70,000 just of $70,000 in your pocket, or this truck. It's part of your expenses list. Different discussion, right? And a different thing. This is exactly what I said. This is 70,000, and it's 70,000, and we know next year 50, 40, 30. It's freaking stupid. Totally stupid. But look at me. I entertain that for months. You know, we're earning lots of money, all this sort of jargon. Oh my goodness. You know, we've done the kitchen, the bathroom. The bathroom? No. The car. I use the car all day. Truck. Yeah, truck. Parked out here. Shiny. So then I had to pull myself together. Took a bit. And don't get the truck. Now what am I getting that will still make me like this chair? If there was a $5,000 chair and there's this chair for $500. I've tried the $5,000 chair. It's nice. Better than this. Am I getting a $5,000 chair? No, I'm not. I just ain't. And I'm still enjoying this. So I had to pull back, get into that. And this thing is and then even then, why did the last car I got was what did I say? 18. Which was 18? 15. 15 cash, that's right. 15 cash. 6 or 7, 8 years ago, whatever. And I used that. 15 grand I spent on it. I got about like 7 years out of it. What's that? 2 grand a year for the car. That's not crazy, I don't think. That's freaking smart in a way. Here I am. Why didn't you get another freaking $15,000 cash? Oh, no. Here I am. This is what did I say? 27. Is 10 grand extra $10,000. How did you do that? Oh, it's 2017 or 16 or some freaking thing. So what? It's shiny. It's red. It's got this. It's got these other bits in it. All right. But I got it, and I'm good with it. Right. I think there's if I was here and I got pulled all the way back down here and I still ended up about here. Okay, here I go again. You know, I could get a bike. I could walk. All right. Save that 12. I could save the whole lot and got a scooter. Get a scooter. So, you know, where am I? I'm in there. What the next car will be, who will know? But look, that's why I kind of go both ways. I to and fro like this. I think it's good for the mind, you know. Keeps the mind sort of moving and always on the lookout for better, always on the lookout for more, lookout for smarter, on the lookout for improvement. I'm not perfect. I wouldn't have spent an extra 12 grand on a car if I hadn't been. If I had been. Plenty of evidence for me to conjure up that I am awesome, but there's plenty of evidence to conjure up that I ain't. And you know, end of the day, this is where I'm at. And I'm closer to the awesome side than the other side. Just like my wife, she's closer to the supermodel side than the other side. She's not a supermodel, no. But she's closer. Might be marginal. I'm marginally closer, but she's closer, all right? It's as much of a compliment as I can give. I could have reversed the compliment. What time is it? Probably time I went and did something. Go to the gym for a while. Throw some weights around. It's kind of like my will to make myself feel better, you know? It's amazing. It doesn't really do anything else. Whatever it does do is probably marginal. Probably. As I said, lions don't go to the gym. Lions don't lift a lot. They walk around not eating much and then eat and sit, stand up, and fight. Fight now and then. And they grew that size so they could fight that way. But they naturally grew that size. A lion ain't training. A lion ain't lifting weights all day, so they didn't go. Or he ain't pushing stones over. You know, what's out in Africa there? He ain't practicing against the trees. He's not finding some area there that he does a scrimmage. All to the level. So sooner or later he's gonna fight for his life. Another lion's gonna come in, want to take over the herd. He ain't doing too much. He's just naturally doing that. True. There's no training for it apart from the cubs growing up, which they're doing their bits as they grow up. Right. They attack something and pull it down, and they get it and eat it. I don't even think the male lion does the actual hunting much. So he's not even practicing capturing the zebras and stuff that often. Not the ones I see. Maybe they do. I'm sure it's the lionesses that are doing most of that. From the ones I watch, the lioness is doing all the freaking, like my wife is. She's the one doing all the ground stuff. I do the big stuff. So that doesn't even make sense either. Here I am, I'm going to go to the gym to be what? It makes me feel better. Okay. Okay then. It's a cheap way to make yourself feel better. Better than buying a truck. $70,000 truck to make yourself feel better. That I prefer. We'll spend $100,000 doing up this, make myself feel better. At least if you do, you're in this area so that you do that, right? That's okay. If I had a boat or a launch or a jet ski or some freaking thing out there to make myself feel better, and you use it like almost never, it's just parked there. Oh, that's a good one, right? What a load of rubbish. I use that once every 3 years, and when I do use it, I spend more money to use it, which is a demotivator. So I buy it for whatever amount, and then when I want to use it, oh no! So when I buy it, there's that amount of money getting spent on it every day to maintain, to insure it, and a number. And then when I do want to use it, there's another layer of money. For you want to use it for the weekend? Give us a couple of hundred. Oh, you want to use it for Christmas? Give us 1,000, 300. Oh, but it's great. The kids get to, mate, I can go hire one. We'll go hire that, guys. Use that. Give them $1,000. We're in. We used it. We're out. Well, everybody enjoyed it. Everyone got that same fun and feeling, and it's done. We're out. You go, oh no, that's expensive. Not in my math. Not in my math system. I don't know what calculator you're using. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay then, well, question the norm.